Elon Musk has made a name for himself as one of the richest people on Earth and a brilliant inventor, but his involvement with the Pentagon and NATO has raised eyebrows, particularly in regards to the development of weapons against Russia and China. According to reports, Musk is working with the Pentagon to develop weapons technology aimed at countering Russian and Chinese military capabilities. This collaboration has raised concerns about the militarization of space and the potential for an arms race in orbit. Elon Musk's involvement with the US Department of Defense in developing advanced technologies and weapons is less well-known information for the public. This relationship began when he founded SpaceX in 2002, with the goal of reducing the cost of space transportation and eventually colonizing Mars. However, the company's rocket technology also caught the attention of the Department of Defense, which has since utilized SpaceX's services for launching spacecraft and secret payloads, including spy satellites. In addition to SpaceX, Musk founded a company called Pylon, which develops advanced weapons technology for the Department of Defense. While little is known about the specific type of weapon being developed, rumors suggest that Pylon is working on supersonic missiles capable of reaching speeds of Mach 5 or more. These missiles could potentially be used to destroy enemy targets anywhere in the world within minutes, making them difficult to intercept. Musk's innovative and visionary approach, coupled with his deep pockets and willingness to invest his own funds, make him an invaluable asset to the Department of Defense. While military force is a last resort, the development of supersonic missiles could provide a significant advantage in the event of conflict with Russia, particularly given the situation in Ukraine. SpaceX satellites are believed to be actively used for military purposes in this conflict, and Musk has been an ally of Ukraine since the beginning of the conflict. However, not everyone is on board with Musk's alliances. Some have criticized NATO's involvement in Ukraine, a non-member partner country, and questioned the legality and ethics of sending weapons to the conflict zone. Others have raised concerns about the potential for a wider conflict with Russia. Despite these criticisms, NATO continues to provide support to Ukraine at an unprecedented level, including delivering humanitarian and non-lethal aid. The Intelligence's Article 5 security guarantee and promise of collective defense gives member states the confidence to send weapons to Ukraine without compromising their own security. At the Madrid summit in June 2022, NATO leaders agreed on an enhanced support package for Ukraine, including combat rations, fuel, medical supplies, personal armor, winter clothing, equipment to combat mines, and chemical and biological threats. The member states also agreed to assist Ukraine in the transition from Soviet-era equipment to modern NATO equipment, increase interoperability with NATO forces, and further strengthen Ukrainian defense and security institutions. British Defence Minister Ben Wallace even hinted at the possibility of sending new Challenger 2 tanks to Ukraine in the event of the destruction of those that London has already promised Kiev. The UK's military assistance to Ukraine has amounted to about £2.3 billion or $2.7 billion, which includes about 3 million units of military equipment, including tanks, armoured vehicles, anti-tank missiles, and multiple rocket launchers. However, Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov has accused the United States and NATO of directly involving themselves in the conflict in Ukraine, including the supply of weapons and training on the territory of various countries, including Great Britain, Germany, and Ally. With nations between NATO and Russia escalating, the situation remains volatile and uncertain. But for the United States, Elon Musk is considering a strategic weapon, and his SpaceX company's satellite network Starlink has been used for military purposes. With the ongoing conflict between Ukraine and Russia, SpaceX's Starlink satellites are actively being used for combat and defense purposes. Elon Musk has been on the side of Ukraine since the beginning of the conflict and sees Russia as an enemy. Russia, in turn, considers American industrialists and their satellites a danger to the country. The Starlink network of civilian internet satellites has been useful in combat conditions and has fought against Russia's cyber warfare and hacking attempts in the past. SpaceX is now ramping up its effort to use Starlink for military purposes, and the Star Shield project is evidence of the US's plans for military dominance in space. The US military has long signaled its intention to expand the capabilities of next-generation satellites, announcing contracts worth $1.8 billion with Northrop Grumman, Lockheed Martin, and other companies earlier this year. The Starshield project is intended for government use and will initially focus on 3 areas: Earth observation, communications, and hosted payload. Its products and services include payload satellites that can transmit and process data directly to users, secure global communications, user equipment, as well as a dedicated satellite communication channel. The Air Force is buying Starlink services to support its forces in Europe and Africa, as the system can operate in a hostile electronic environment. Starshield is also participating in the SpaceX program under the US Space Command's Missile Detection and Tracking Agency program, and is working with leaders to develop 4 classified satellites with infrared sensors, which are scheduled to launch later this year. It's clear that the world of technology and space exploration is becoming increasingly intertwined with military and geopolitical interests. The rise of SpaceX and its CEO Elon Musk has only added to this complex landscape, as the company's ambitions and resources have attracted the attention of governments and militaries around the world. The emergence of Starlink, a network of civilian internet satellites, has already had significant military implications, as it has been used by Ukraine to fight off Russian cyber attacks and hacking attempts. Now, with the launch of Starshield, a militarized version of Starlink, the United States is poised to take its military dominance to the next level.